Hey, what's up, everybody? This is ReviewBox.
Hi,
and
how's
this
it
is
going?
a very special episode
Hi.
because we have Randy.
Hi.
Hi, Randy.
Hi, how's it going?
You're not from this pod.
I'm not. I'm usually on the most depressing one, but this one,
That's a depressing one.
this is the one we're really gonna put in work today.
And obviously, you guys probably seen the title. You already know that this episode is about
Barbies, baby, Barbies.
Barbie.
Who's a girl?
just
I'm a Barbie girl.
I'm just a girl.
That's
you know what?
no doubt, but okay, got it.
The fact that that song wasn't in the movie is absolutely fucking criminal.
Because no doubt is not. I mean, that song's not about being a girl.
It doesn't matter, bro.
That song's about being like a prostitute.
I'm just a girl.
Uh,
No, it isn't. Little old me.
that song's about being a
Don't
prostitute.
let me get out of your sight. You're a hater. Okay, guys. So we have Randy today on
Everything I
ReviewBox.
said to him was a lie.
All right. So how ReviewBox works, man, is that we're just gonna go through the movie. We can talk about what we like, don't like.
Sure.
We don't have to get in a physical fight like our other two hosts.
Understandable. Me and you really don't argue.
And then we just kind of just give it a rating at the end and then recommend it.
Got it. How about this? I'm gonna start something new. I'm giving it a fucking solid 7 right now, and we'll change our mind at the end.
So you're just gonna open up with a 7.
You know, actually, no, 8.
You're gonna
It
give
was
it an
an
8,
eight.
and then
It
you
was
want to talk about it and see how you
Exactly.
feel. Okay. So
How's that sound to you?
it's a Barbie movie, guys.
No, it's not. It's not. You know what? That's the problem. It's not a Barbie movie.
No, I'm
I went into that movie unexpected.
okay. It was a great movie. Now, the people who are asked her about it, just tune off. Just get out of here.
Just go home. Go watch
this
Oppenheimer.
is for the hardcore Barbie fans right here. No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking shout out everyone that knew information about that fucking movie coming in, bro. That movie was unexpected. I thought it was gonna be a Barbie movie, like legit, like, oh, it's Barbie world living Barbie girl living Barbie world type shit like that. Like, oh my god, everything's pink, everything's cute. No, dude, like legit, this had some fucking undertones. It had
No, it had
real
good
work.
undertones. The director, she did a good job of like putting that in there. The movie was like, okay, I'm not gonna say it was like the most sophisticated movie ever.
It's like,
but
oh,
I
had to go in with such an open mind for Barbie.
yeah.
The story behind Barbie is just, oh god.
You know, Oppenheimer. You've seen that how many times?
Oh,
But Barbie
I
is
have become
truly
death.
terrific.
Barbie's not I become death. It's I have become Barbie.
Yeah. Anyways, that movie was so good because like it just did such a good job of like attacking male masculinity in all the right ways. Like it called out dudes in the ways where I was fucking laughing because I was like, hell yeah, I do that, but I shouldn't do that.
Also,
it was so good it was so fresh to see that because it's like we've seen so many movies where it's like the guy character or like a group of guys or whatever, and they're like, you know, dissing females and like given it's funny because it's just jokes, but literally for this movie to do it in the fashion that it did it was absolutely amazing.
the thing that kills me that I just brought up with Gabriel is just how Ryan Gosling these last couple of years have become such a an alpha meme where it's just like you always use Ryan Gosling as a person who can't find love, who's always heartbroken, that thinks love doesn't exist, and is always supposed to be like, oh, Ryan Gosling is me. Like, I can never find love. I'm just a man. And this movie glorified him to the point where it's just every meme became such a true factor for him in this job that he did.
Yeah, honestly, that movie and Ryan Gosling, I loved him, dude. When I seen him come on screen, I was happy because I'm like, dude, like when I heard that he got cast as Ken, I was like, bro, like,
Oh, so there's no way.
There's like, he's gonna do it, bro. Like he's just that good of an actor. And Margot Robbie, like, that's Barbie, dude. That's like that is the most Barbie you can get. And like, dude, for all those betas who said that she is mid, shut the fuck
Fucking
up.
pieces of shit
Like,
liars.
shut up,
She's
dude.
mid, bro. Have you seen her without makeup? Yeah, if anything, she's a lot hotter than
Like
a lot
I'm
of
not
these
gonna
dudes.
I'm not gonna sexualize her, but like for you to say that she's mid, that is like absolute. Like you might as well just smoke crack. So, anyways, so the movie is basically that Barbie wakes up. You know, have you seen the Lego movie?
Yeah.
So you know the Lego movie where it's like everything is awesome.
Yeah.
And then, it's the next day and the next day and the next day. And
it's the same thing all over.
Yeah, like Barbie was like that. Like, she lives in this world and then like it happens again, but then she feels a little sad. She feels out of place. Like it gives that to the character. I cannot believe I'm breaking down this Barbie movie. But like,
yawning right now. No, I'm not yawning because of you. It's just like, what the fuck? Am I tired? But anyway, she was having irrepressible thoughts of death.
Yeah, she's like, death? And everyone's like, like,
you guys ever think about death?
Movie, dude, the movie is so like flamboyant, so colorful, so like vibrant. Like it was just a good movie. It was funny. Like it was cool to go to the theater and see a movie like that. Like,
and to the fact that you showed up randomly too. Like,
yeah, because this guy invited me in the morning, and I told him, I'll let you know. And then I was there at the theater waiting for him. And I was like, bro, you think I'm going to miss Barbie with my bro? It was just us. No, just kidding.
Me and Nick.
Nah, dude, it was fun, man, because, like, it was so cool to see people dress up. Like, I was, yesterday I was walking, and I just happened to be by a movie theater. And literally, like, a group of women turned the corner, and they're all dressed in pink.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I was walking by, and I heard them say, like, oh, like, you know what? Like, we've never dressed up for a movie. This is so fun. And honestly, that was so fucking cool to hear. Because it's like...
the marketing for both the movies that released, Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yeah, Oppenheimer, like, dude, those... I'm going to see Oppenheimer. Literally, I know I saw Barbie first, but it's like, dude, I'm going to see Oppenheimer as well. I'm actually going to see it later this week. But, like,
I am too.
Two amazing movies, man. Like, it was just cool to see people get into the spirit of going to the movie theaters. Because movie theaters, I fucking love movies. I mean, made a podcast about it. So basically, the real world, she gets to the real world, and it becomes the most, like, toxic real world
So
ever.
if you guys don't know this isn't a spoil for the movie. This is actually what Barbie was invented for. If you don't know, dolls before Barbie were babies because people thought, girls growing up playing with dolls are going to be taking care of babies, so they're just almost preparing them, almost like a child lifestyle. But Barbie was one of the first dolls to be a grown woman where she can do anything. You can pick an occupation for her. She can be a doctor, she can be an astronaut, be that. So it's pretty much Barbie is supposed to represent more of a freedom for women. Yeah, of course people are like, oh yeah, it's just gender, like how it's a gender standard for her where she looks like a bimbo and like her fucking body figure is like unrealistic.
Well, that's stereotypical Barbie.
But like you get me, like
yeah.
that wasn't the point of it, and the movie brings that up too. That the whole point of it was never supposed to be that. It's just they just created a doll and said, fuck it, she can be a doctor. But a lot of these people now consider, especially the daughter. Oh my god, I hated that bitch so much.
Yeah, she's just
She was
she's just that she's part she's in our she's the young Gen Z that's just that.
It's funny they made it like the extremity of how these people act. Where it's just like, oh my god, you bring in some fucking gender norm, this and this and like this and a fucking unrealistic figure of a woman and shit like that. And I was like, I hate this bitch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she was like, no, we were just like, you're toxic. Just kidding. No, but I get what she was saying too, because, I'm pretty sure at one point in time, people have like misinterpreted or misrepresentation of Barbie could have been bad,
of course,
for women as well, because it's like, like, okay, like Barbie's, a fucking white girl, a tall white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, like, you know what I mean?
Is there a fat Barbie? Be honest.
Is there a fat Barbie?
Is there a fat Barbie?
I don't know if there's a fat Barbie,
because
but
they brought one in the movie, and I just don't believe
it. You just have hate against fat people. No, I just love how they even showed Barbies that were actually discontinued in the movie, like the pregnant Barbie, the Barbie where if you raise her arms, her boobs get bigger. Like it was just so funny they did that. And for people who love like Easter eggs and stuff like that, it was totally for them. Like it was good that it was good. You know what? There is one Barbie that wasn't in the movie that I will have to tell you off screen, but it was just a good movie. So basically, they go to the real world because Barbie's trying to find out why she's all like depressed, and basically Ken goes with her, and they see the real world. And, in Barbie land, Barbies run everything and Kens are just Kens. so when Ken gets to the real world, he starts seeing that like, you know, like men rule everything, patriarchy, and then like he just falls in love with horses.
Yeah, he just dresses up as a cowboy, falls in love with horses.
He like goes to the library and he steals books of like the horses and everything like that. And then he goes back to Barbie Land first and tells all the other kids about it. And Barbie gets captured by Mattel, and Mattel basically telling her to go back in the box. But then she gets saved by the person who actually played with her Barbie doll when she was a kid. It connects really well. And I love that actor because she's from Superstore.
Yes.
America. Her name's America. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
Her name is America.
That's insane.
It's just like, what can you say, bro?
I love her.
Yeah, I love her too, dude. I was like,
when I saw her, I was just like, oh!
It was cool because when I saw her in the trailer, I thought she was gonna have a smaller role.
I didn't even see the trailer.
I loved her role. I was so glad to see her do that. And
here's a funny thing that a lot of people might not like what I'm about to say right now. Will Ferrell is in that movie.
Yes, he is in that
But
movie.
I will say this. His presence is funny. It's funny. He does it very well. But you can remove him from the whole movie and it wouldn't change anything.
Why does no one mention John Cena?
Because we're not there yet. And it was crazy because I saw John Cena's credits, but I didn't see John Cena. Like, he's really not even in the movie.
It's because you can't see him.
I know, jackass.
That's why I said you're no longer allowed to touch the mic this one.
I promise I won't hand on the mic anymore.
Yeah, that's the oldest joke ever, but I love it. And
we've said on the podcast.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so funny too because when Barbie finally comes back to Barbie Land.
That's not real. Don't worry. I already looked at it. Oh,
when Barbie finally comes back to Barbie Land,
we were looking at a picture of
Ken
fat
has
Barbie.
already showed all the other Kens. Like patriarchy, so like literally all the women are like serving the men.
Yeah, they're okay with it too.
Dude,
like, I love this.
I was like, bro, like this director is god tier because like they literally like it's so ballsy in 2023, and then like the girl's like, this is so much easier than work. Like this.
Oh, where she's or like the president Barbie is just like I don't even know why I was doing that. It was so hard.
Yeah, like this is so easy, and like it just played as such a perfect role.
Was the whole movie just like a crack at like feminists?
No, not feminists.
No,
but
it was like how I would show it. Okay, my opinion on how I would explain it. It basically, this is gonna sound so weird. It was basically like women talking shit about men and like our bad habits and how some of us act and perceive ourselves. But they just did it so good that it was comedic and it was funny, and it's just the truth. Like there are some men out there that treat women away, but it's like, bro, like you're being the fucking bitch.
What's so funny is I stayed off the internet for.
They had a thing where it was like she's explaining being a woman, and she's like, you gotta act like their mom, but not be their mom, and you got to do this, and you got to be pretty, but you can't be too pretty because then other girls are going to think you're trying to be a bitch. Like, it was so perfect. It was just a good movie in its own sense. I wasn't really sitting here and being like,
I didn't cry.
Feminism.
People said they were crying.
It had those elements which were good. And it's all my opinion, obviously, but it was good.
What I meant was like, they making jokes about feminism?
No, okay. They weren't making jokes about feminism, but like when Ken comes back to Barbie Land, he basically makes all the women there, because all the women have like cool jobs, and he basically makes them all like they're like servants, maids, like they're acting all dinky and dumb. So like, like they play on that more.
So he took them back to the 50s.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He took them back, and it was so well written, and it was funny. Like that's why it was funny. Like guys who get offended, I kind of laugh at them because it's like, dude, like you know how many movies there are where like you make fun of women, like and those movies are funny too. Like you know what I mean? Like some more than others, but like this movie was fresh to see it like flipped. You know what I mean?
I stayed off the internet so I didn't have to see any spoilers of Barbie. I know that sounds so weird, but I really didn't want to see any spoilers.
I love how deep this pot is for this movie.
I got to the movie theaters with the people I went with, and and I got a message sent from a friend that Ben Shapiro saw the movie, and he didn't like it. What? It's just, I didn't expect the guy to fucking like it, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, do you think this is like some woke fucking movie or some
No,
shit?
he said it was. He said it was so woke, and then he said like it was an attack. Or, I think so. I think he said it was an attack on men, and I'm just laughing.
I'm just like, Ben Shapiro, you're the least man I've ever met.
Like you're such a fucking lame. Like it's a movie, bro.
Have you ever seen him do like that Joker laugh?
Uh-uh.
There's footage of him doing like a joke because he's like, I forgot. I guess he was like voice acting as the Joker. He does it, then he does like a whole laugh, and then at the end of it, he's like, like people are like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, that guy's something else.
He's a little rat.
My mom brought him up. I brought him up. We were driving on the freeway, and like she brought him up, and then can you text Jonathan and say that he could come in? She brought him up. Somehow he got brought up, and I was like, that fool's a bitch. And then like she's like, what? No, he's not. And I was like, yeah, he's just a bitch. And then she was just like, what the? She's like, why? And like I was just doing that lame shit where it was just like, nah, he's just a bitch. Like he just
Was
is.
your mom not like that?
No, because she was like, what? Like, da-da-da. Like, she was, like, trying to, like, get something out of me, but I just kept saying, like, nah, he's a bitch. Like, I'll be like, I said this, I was like, that fool's not allowed in El Monte. Like, that's what I said to her. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, I was just playing dumb,
Yeah.
But, yeah, that fool's lame. Forget his review. This is past the point, but I'd give the movie an 8. I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll stick to the 8.
I'll give it a solid 8. So overall rating is just like a straight solid 8. It was a good movie, man. Like,
What was your favorite part?
my favorite, my favorite part because I'm a man was when Ryan Gosling started singing. He's like when Barbie's basically telling him, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm just Ken. And he starts singing.
Nah, my favorite part for sure.
That part was fire.
My favorite part of the movie for sure was when you got to Century City and people are working out in the background. All you hear is man, 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 man. And he's getting wet over the fact that everyone's a man.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, Ryan Gosling it was so great. No, okay. Another favorite part is when Barbie is straight explaining to him like, hey, like, I'm sorry that we don't hang out. And then Ken took it as like, oh, she does want to be with me. So like he like grabs her and tries to kiss her. And she's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say though. And then he goes, damn it. And he just smacks the shit out of himself. Dude, I was fucking busted up, dude. Oh my God.
You guys have a part you didn't like?
A part I didn't like.
Like I said, a lot of the Will Ferrell scenes, I feel like you could have just taken them out.
I like the scene when they were going to Barbie Land with all the long stuff.
I like that. I meant like the scene where they're like spanking each other, if I remember each other. Like, were they like grabbing each other or some
What
shit?
movie did you watch?
Fuck, am I tripping or like?
I'm trying to think of what part I didn't like. I mean, like,
Or didn't care for?
Put it this way, like, the daughter, I didn't care for her scenes because it literally sounded like an older person was writing her lines.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like the stereotypical bratty, like, activist daughter role that's, like, kind of like in Ant-Man 3, how, like, the daughter was, like, in that acting like that, too. And it was just kind of, it sounded more bratty than it did, like, activist.
How do you know? How do you know it's not one of those?
It's not.
No, okay. But yeah, so I know Josh won't like that. Give him the mic, Sinjin. Give him the mic, Sinjin. Just give him the mic.
Give me that shit, you bitch. Fuck you say? Shut the fuck up. You're not on
No.
the mic, fool. Shut the fuck up. You're not on the mic, nigga. You're not on the mic. Get the fuck out of here.
See, now you're banned for good, bitch.
Take my mic back, nigga.
What was the argument about?
So anyways, all I was saying is that the only part that I don't like
the daughter scenes
was just the daughter scenes a little bit, just because I felt like the writing, it felt like it was like an older person writing lines for a teenager. Like
of what
they weren't.
thought an activist new generation would sound like.
Yeah, so it was a little annoying and a little cringy, but like I get what she was trying to say, and it does make sense. It was just like, dude, but when they were low key, when they were bagging on Barbie and they made her break down and cry, I was like, God damn.
God.
Oh, and before we go, a very honorable scene was the Depression Barbie commercial.
There's an ad. There's a middle of the movie ad of like this fucking Depression Barbie, and it's so fucking well made that it looks like an actual commercial. And with the shit that they start saying, like scrolling on Instagram for 7 hours and then taking a nap or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
like, and then crying and then eating and spending so and so on snacks and then watching BBC drama, and it's like one of those like 1500s drama. Like it was so perfect. Like everyone in the theater was laughing because they just like
was fucking
totally get
hilarious.
that. Like when your girl acts like that, like you see that, like when she acts like that. No, see?
Barbie was a good
Hey
movie.
man, I'm
solid 8.
Hey dude, I'm just kin enough.
Good enough.
Yeah, I give it a solid 8. I totally recommend it for anybody. Don't be insecure.
Go in with
Just
an
go.
open fucking mind.
Not even open, just have fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Oh yeah, I got the time on here. Yeah, it was a really good movie. Recommend it. Rated an 8.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, his bones are cracking. But so guys, I know this is a short and sweet episode of Review Box. Hell no. I'm gonna cut that. So anyways, guys, I'm Nick,
I'm ready. And this is
And-
Until Review Box.
and this has been Review Box. I hope you enjoy. Have a good one.